Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine, just for a second, that you could listen to an audio track and it could like fundamentally change your brain.
Yeah.
Unlock potential you maybe didn't even know was there.
Yeah. Sounds pretty captivating.
Totally. And we've got some source material today that makes claims, well, pretty much exactly like that.
Right. So our mission here in this deep dive is really to look closely at this product overview we have. It's for something called Neuro Energizer.
Neuro Energizer. Okay.
And we need to understand what the source material says it is, how it claims it works, basically distill the key points, the claims, so you can get a quick handle on what's being presented here.
And the hook, the thing the source leads with, it's immediately interesting. It's presented as an audio track, and it's all about using brainwaves for, well, transformation.
Exactly. According to the source material we're looking at, Neuro Energizer gets described with some pretty powerful language.
Like what?
It calls itself a revolutionary brain-boosting audio track.
Okay, revolutionary. So, revolution aside, how does the source claim this audio track actually does anything to your brain? What's the mechanism it describes?
Well, the core idea the source presents revolves around brainwave states. It claims the audio track harnesses or boosts theta brainwaves.
Theta waves, okay.
And at the same time, it aims to calm down what it calls stress-inducing beta waves.
Beta waves, the more active ones.
Yeah, typically associated with being alert, maybe stressed. And the source says this specific combination, this manipulation of brainwaves, is intended to, and this is their phrase, rewire your brain.
Rewire your brain. That's a pretty strong claim, you know. Does the source give any context for that? Like an analogy, maybe, for what this rewiring feels like?
It does, actually. The source compares it to something most of us can probably relate to, at least vaguely.
Which is?
Tapping into that state of effortless learning and creativity you experienced as a child, that kind of flow state.
Ah, okay. So using that feeling of like ease and flow to illustrate what it's aiming for with this rewiring?
Exactly. It links it to that desired state, makes the concept feel a little more concrete.
Right. So if that's the claimed mechanism, this theta beta wave thing, what specific benefits does the source material say you can expect? What's the payoff?
So the source lists a few primary goals. It really focuses on promoting increased focus, clarity, and ultimately success.
Focus, clarity, success.
Got it. And it explicitly claims the product helps you achieve goals and attract positive opportunities effortlessly. That word effortlessly pops up right there.
Effortlessly.
Okay.
That definitely catches the eye. Beyond focus and success, does the source hint at other areas this audio might affect? I think I saw an FAQ section mentioned.
Yeah, and what's interesting about the source's FAQ section isn't necessarily the answers, because this overview doesn't give them all, but the types of questions it asks.
Right. What kind of questions?
Well, they broaden the picture of what the product claims to address. It asks things like, can it really help with luck and opportunities? Which is, a big one.
Luck? Wow. Okay.
Or, can Neuro Energizer improve my emotional well-being? And even stuff about physical states, like, can it help with sleep problems? So the range of areas the source suggests this audio track influences, it goes way beyond just focus.
That's quite a spectrum. Focus, luck, emotions, sleep. And the source material also mentions there's more in the package than just the audio track itself.
Yes, exactly. The source talks about exclusive bonuses being included.
Like what kind of bonuses?
They're described as extra guides, things touching on how to maintain mental energy, ways to cultivate successful habits, and optimizing overall brain performance using proven techniques.
So it's presented as more of a whole system around the audio track. And does the source try to back up its claims within the material? Offer any proof?
It definitely tries to build some credibility, yeah. The source material mentions the product as a, quote, proven track record of transforming lives.
Proven track record. Oh.
And it refers to something called verified purchase ratings. It even shows those 5 stars,
Yeah.
implying strong customer satisfaction from these verified buyers. It presents these as evidence it works.
Right. So considering all these claims we've just walked through, brainwaves, rewiring, effortless success, this proven track record, why does looking at source material like this actually matter to you, our listener?
Well, I think in a world that's just saturated with information, so many distractions, constant demands, the idea of any tool or technique that promises a kind of shortcut.
Yeah.
A shortcut to better focus, maybe more clarity, tapping into some kind of hidden potential. That's incredibly compelling, isn't it?
It really is.
Absolutely.
Right.
And just understanding exactly what various products or systems claim they can do, whether it's for productivity, your mental state, personal growth, even attracting opportunities like this source describes Neuro Energizer doing it, gives you crucial context.
Context for navigating all those claims out there.
Exactly. Helps you understand what's being offered.
So this source material really invites us to think about using audio tech to influence our internal states, our brain states, maybe achieve some pretty big life goals, even suggesting effortless change.
Mm-hmm.
Which brings up an interesting question for you to mull over, based purely on what the source presents. What does this make you wonder about that potential intersection, between technology, our own brain states, and the methods we use trying to get what we want out of life?
That's a great place to leave it. A lot to think about there.
Definitely. Thanks for exploring this source material with us today and thinking through the ideas it puts forward.